Hello friends, this is Cold Run. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV's Endwalker. Dawntrail expansion, I'm sorry. I'm distracted because we got Meowkle Jackson right here with this jazzy music playing. What's your actual name? Knight and Claymere. Knight and Claymere, you have an awesome whatever costume this is. I think it's got to be like a Michael Jackson Moonraker homage, but I'm not sure. Maybe this is just a preset thing. Anyway, let's head to the main quest, which is somewhere nearby. That's right, we're about to head north out of the city. I just got back from Thanksgiving break. Hope you all had a wonderful break if you celebrate. Or if you got a break. The long road to Xak Tural. Erenville is ready to set off, and so am I. Ready to get underway? Yes. Me and my little rose brush, or red feather brush. Then present your travel pass to the guard and let us be off. You won't have to wait long to enjoy sightseeing. The bridge to Xak Tural is a wonder in its own right. I saw it from the side there, and it looks really cool. It looked like one of those things I was shocked that anyone was able to actually build. Barred to everyone except with express permission, but guess what I got? Signed by Vow Wuklamater. Vow? Is that like President-elect, like Dawn Servant-elect? My apologies, miss, if you would wait here just a moment. No, but she's not the elect anymore, right? Is she straight up the Dawn Servant now? I think she is, right? That means that the old Dawn Servant, her dad, is just like nothing, right? Maybe he's officially like emeritus or whatever, but he's no longer Dawn Servant at this point. Is that correct, or am I mistaken? Because again, it's been a little while since my last session. I know I always say that, and it's always true. I'm really vowing for it to be less true in the coming weeks. I want to get to the end of this. That is cool as hell. I don't remember it looking like this.
Shall we then?
Off I march. My little legs. Yeah, I don't know how anyone ever builds a bridge in real life. Like, it feels like magic. It feels like the people have sorcery. A sorcery known as civil engineering, but it's just a... I get that it happens, I get there's science behind it, and it's amazing.
On the far side of that great bridge unfolded the wilds of Shaaloani, where the sun guides in the Shatonatan.
This is like a western we're going into.
Harsh guide, to be sure, with its blazing rays scorching the land and hardening its inhabitants.
Like, this looks like Arizona. Or Eastern California.
Change had come to the arid expanse when, beneath its red crust, vast deposits of ceruleum were discovered.
Really?
Embracing this opportunity,
Saloon.
Vow Kona supporters hurtle on, driven by dreams of a future illuminated by blue flame. It is here that our journey continues, our path taking us along winding roads of steel. Each length of track a declaration of hope and ambition.
Shaaloani. Okay, so the AA I would have assumed put emphasis on the first syllable, but it does not.
Shaaloani lies past Shaaloani.
Oh, you're from here.
It'll be a long journey, but the railroad should make it easier.
Too bad it's not a trolley. How many people made that joke? Probably a lot.
As for the way to the train station, let's ride these fellows, shall we?
They're so pretty. Look at those woolly yak things. Buffalo. I guess they're more like buffalo. Because they look like bison. Or buffalo? I don't remember. I know there's a difference. I don't know what it is. Side note, when I was visiting family in New York City this past weekend, I had a bison burger. It tasted exactly like a hamburger. Listen to this Final Fantasy 15 ass music. Yeah, bop your head in time, wind up whoever you are. I can't remember anyone's name, so I apologize. Kryl. How could I forget Kryl? I apologize. Erenville. And that's not an insult. That's a high compliment. Short on Ronik. Afraid so. If one will suffice, I'll have a creature ready and waiting. I am not going to do that for a side character. Maybe for a main character. But if you need two, then you'll have to wait. So these are Ronik. Or Ronek, maybe? The Ronik been acting strangely of late. More easily... No, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. More easily spooked and otherwise disagreeable. Picking out the few fit for rentings, proven bothersome work. Look at their eyes. They're like staring into my soul. They're usually so docile, and the ones I saw earlier didn't appear to be unhealthy either. Much has changed since last I was here. Not the best start to our journey. I like that it's just us. The dust picking up, this is great. Still, the train station isn't far. Seeing as we aren't on foot in a hurry, let's go on foot. About that, sir. As well-traveled as you look, it's not only the Ronik that have been giving us trouble. Other wildlife has shown signs of aggression too. A merchant should be returning soon with one of our beasts. Stick around till they do, and I'll see you both on Ronik for a safer trip. I'm thinking of... Have we actually fought Garula, like, in this series? I'm thinking they look very... I mean, the woolly mammoth look. They're not usually hostile, but... Like, all that reminds me of the Garula from Final Fantasy V. Your offer is much appreciated, but I don't think my friend here is particularly concerned about the wildlife. But, you know, the key part, number 2, but the Ronik, Erenville, the Ronik. I want to ride them. Ha! If this is your first time in Shaaloani, I can understand your enthusiasm. It'd be a shame not to ride one at least once while you're here. A fair point. If we're to give you the authentic Shaaloani experience, I suppose it's worth the wait. I don't know, again, I've said this before, I'm sorry to harp on it. I don't know why Erenville isn't more fretted about going back to the Golden City right now, but again, I'll leave that be for now. Right, change of plans. There's a small town nearby. We can pass the time there while waiting. Take it you're heading to Husatawi. I'll have a man bring the Ronik over. Just mind yourself around the drunkards and troublemakers, eh? They had a literal saloon in there. Small thing, but is it just me, or did they make the blue arrows indicating where a fate is clearer? Like a clearer blue or higher contrast? I don't know, they look clearer than they had been. That could... I'm almost certain they're clearer than they had been. Almost certain. Husatawi. Shaping up to be a good harvest. Yeah, the cactus harvest. I guess they're cactus apples. I remember cactus apples from a very early quest in World of Warcraft, but it never occurred to me that they were an actual thing. Like, I think they were the very... Like, if you made an orc in World of Warcraft, your first side nothing quest was, like, collect 4 cactus apples from around here. From things like this. It just never occurred to me that they were actually fruit that people could eat. This music is fantastic. Again, it nails this. I don't know if this is the vibe they're going to stay with, but it gives me this vibe of, like, strolling into this western town. Yaotanane grasslands. Last time I was here, it was little more than a camp with a shop or 3. I didn't see what was on the Cactuar sign.
Well. It's become a proper town.
It has. Does it say eat? Does the cactus say eat? The cactuar say eat.
Hey!
Some wanted posters. Who's wanted?
Now hold on a minute. Some sort of trouble.
Gonna get shot over a gambling dispute.
Talking to you, you old bastard.
Give me strength.
Frustrated gentleman. Look at the handle on his musket. It's like stitched leather. That's awesome.
For the last time, the investigation is closed. There's no refuting the evidence.
I don't give a shit about your evidence, you lying scum. You release my friends, or I'll make you wish you had.
So the person on the left, the older person, is like an investigator, a sheriff, probably a sheriff. A sheriff, and this person, the youth, is part of a group, maybe a gang, and his friends were locked up, and this guy's, and he's upset about it.
Let me remind you who the scum is here. Your friends, who had the temerity to point their firearms at me, the deputy chief of the Dust Watch.
So not the sheriff, but the deputy.
And after taking them into custody, what should we discover but incontrovertible proof that they had committed larceny? They will not be released until they've paid for their crimes.
I won't give anyone a special credit because either of them could be telling the truth right now.
I'd
Or
heard
both.
the peacekeeping force had been formed to deal with growing lawlessness. Seems the situation is bad indeed.
Still can't get up a fuss, eh? Sounds like poor Zekua needs his bottle.
Zick was the kid in the black tank.
Sure he wouldn't prefer his mama's teat?
Good one.
Treat me like a child, will you? My friends haven't done anything wrong, damn it! They've been framed!
All right, immediate trust for Zakoa. I don't know whether the deputy is lying or just has, the friends were framed and he's bought into it, or whether he was the setup of the frame, but I do believe Zakoa here.
Oh, stubborn little runt. Listen here, Zekoa. If you want to
Zekoa.
be treated like an adult, then you'd best comport yourself like one. That means respecting the rule of law. Order may be precarious here in Shaaloani, but it can be had if each man does the right thing. And for those that don't, well, they have to answer to the Dust Watch.
Dustwatch is a pretty badass name for like the law in a western.
Now run along and think before you cast aspersions next time. Lest you hurt my feelings.
What's that facial hair called, by the way? The line there with a little like strap underneath.
If that's how it's gonna be.
Is that just a goatee? With the mustache? Oh, don't do it, Zekwa. You're gonna get rocked.
I wouldn't if I were you.
Oh God, it's been, I hadn't thought of you in forever. Of course you'd be here.
There's a time to fight and a time to withdraw. For you, that's now.
He's so perfect in this setting. Oh my God.
What?
Hey!
What are you doing, Zekoa? You better not be stirring up trouble.
I'm mad at myself for
Jose,
not.
You sack of Ronek shit! This ain't over! You hear me?
I'm mad at myself for not predicting that a Stinian would be in this environment, like leaning up against the post, like I wouldn't if I were you. He's perfect for this.
You want to tell me what that was about?
Nothing that need concern you, sir.
This is the sheriff?
Zekoa is simply struggling to come to terms with the low character of his friends. But for good measure, I'll have the men keep an eye on him.
Yes, you do that.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll go make my rounds.
Off to the side in this camera, I'm petting my cat because I got back from a few days away, about 5 days away, and he was none too happy with me.
I wasn't
So it's cat
expecting
loving
to
time.
see your faces among the crowd. Talk is rife, there's a new Dawn servant. Take it you found it then. The Golden City.
We found the very entrance to something that is intensely interesting, and we're just, yeah. Again, don't get me started, Justinian.
Aye, the contest is over. And as I needed to return home to Shaaloani, I offered to show our friends some of Xak Tural. What brings you north?
Nothing in particular. Just seeing what there is to see.
I believe him. Going wherever the wind blows, eh?
Gulul Jaja compensated me rather generously for our duel. I'll be able to enjoy a comfortable life on the road for the foreseeable future. But for now, I shall be moving on. Oh, by the way, I recommend you try the Sabatender. They may not look it. They're surprisingly delicious.
Juicy and sabotender.
But we don't serve Sabotender here.
Did Justinian just bite a cactus because he's that badass, or what happened? I guess that's the joke. I guess is that what they mean? I hope he's not going to go full like Sokka and just get trip balls off of the Sabatender juice. Erenville. Excuse me. No sooner did we set out than we run into excitement. At least no one was hurt. This Dust Watch has their work cut out for them. For as long as I can remember, all disputes, big or small, were settled by dueling. The peoples of Shaaloani rarely saw eye to eye, and for better or worse, it was the simplest way to settle differences. Since most would sooner not risk their lives, though, it encouraged parties to pursue peaceful resolutions in a roundabout fashion. I could see that. The Dust Watch was likely established by supporters of Kona, preferring peace be enforced through the formal rule of law. I like that better. I mean, I'm not as fully anti-police as a lot of friends and colleagues and other generally lefter folks. My fear is that I am what Disco Elysium would call closer to an ultra liberal, as much as I probably don't want to be, and so should examine that. It's better than just dueling by the gun. I mean, I guess it depends on who the police are, though. So I don't want to say that as a blanket statement, but it seems like you'd want to move towards that, because without that, it's just might is right. It's just an unsupervised might is right. Whoever's the fastest gun, they're always right. I don't know. A reasonable stance, all things considered. If things ever got out of hand, the Landsguard would be forced to step in. What freedom they have now would be lost under Zoralja's authority. All of which is to say that unless a lengthy stay in the jailhouse appeals to you, be mindful of how you handle your arms in town. You're giving me a sweet muffin. Kukuru bean powder has been mixed into the batter for even more sugary sweetness. Oh, it's looking like a little muffin. It is a muffin. Wow, there's a lot of stuff that has appeared here. But first of all, where's the, here. Gemstone Trader? I don't care about the Gemstone Trader. What I care about is being able to ride one of these Roni. Can I, is there like a, nothing yet. Hopefully I will open up at some point in the near future a, I don't know, something to ride them, like the ability to ride them as a mount. Bunch of side quests opened up. Let me take a quick stab at this triple triad, because some of the, hold on, some of the triple triad cards are amazing, like lore based. Let me share with you one of these. One I got just the other day. This is the branch bearer, that amazing chocobo-like exploding star thing from down near Mamuk. Look at the lore on this thing. Encountered in the lowlands of Yachtel, this particular species has the appearance of a flightless bird. Closer observation, however, reveals it to be an ambulatory seedkin. It's a friggin' like vegetable. It mimics the shape of cloudkin to lure unsuspecting carnivores, slaying the would-be predators to feed on their vital fluids. How cool is this? Yeah, so this is part of the reason I collect triple triad cards. Saman Plus, my nightmare. I am in a pickle here. Like, this is why I hate Saman Plus. Right now, check this spot out. If I play... They have two amazing plays here. They have a 6 and 6 on top and 6 and left. That means that they can do 4-4, 6-6 to get the plus and to just nail me there. Or they can get 6 and 8, 6 on top, 8 left, to get the same here. You know, 6 and 8, and just nail me there. Ah, I am boxed in. Oh, never mind. I guess they didn't do that. We've got, oh yes, we got a Ronek card. This shambling herbivore inhabits the grassy plains of Xak Tural. Though it usually plods along at a slow pace, an enraged Ronek is an unstoppable force, using its massive frame to charge through any obstacle in its path. The vivid markings upon their faces are thought to allow the beasts to identify individuals among the herd. Okay, so the markings are a sign of individuality. They're a sign of a way to tell one from another. That is neat. Saddled up. Erenville would rather not dither about for long. I'll do the side quest later. Just off camera. I should like to think the stableman has arrived with the Ronek by now. I'll go on ahead to check. If you still want to have a look around, then be my guest. Come and find us when you've had your fill. Good-willed hunting? Unlock all the conserva- Oh, this is okay. This is other stuff. Good-natured stableman. A friend, I take it. Sorry to have kept you both waiting. Unruly wildlife's not the only source of recent distress, I'm afraid. Also been a rise in robberies targeting merchants. As a result, we got a lengthy list of folks wanting to use our Ronek. Which is why I have to ask that you stop at Sheshenawezi Springs. That's fine, of course, but why haven't the Dustwatch dealt with this banditry? Yemika and his fellows are doing what they can, but they reckon the bandits are operating as a gang. It is a gang. Rounding them up's all easier said than done. If you have anything of value, you'll want to take care. Thank you for the warning. We'll be sure to stay vigilant. Right then, you're ready to set off? I'll send you on your way. I am ready to set off. Saddle up, your friend needs to know the way, so I won't bother giving you directions. Hell yeah, here we go. Look at us. Fluffy butts. Oh, this is your first time. Let's take it slow. Take care to not let it toss you. Oh, I get the little one because I'm the Lala. I continue to be struck by how much Shaaloani has changed. Where are we? Heading north. Okay. Town that we visited wasn't even here several years ago. With few reliable opportunities to replenish water supply, so travelers turn to nopal tenders, not just for the water in the stems, mind. Their fruits are also said to be both nutritious and delicious, much like myself. Cerule bomb, yeah, I got the cerule, just elements of ceruleum here. See that hole there? Some might hope to find water there, but ceruleum something something. The eruption of flames within make for a spectacle, inspiring cautionary tales of people who wander too close. The Wallachie, meanwhile, show great reference to ceruleum and its blue flames. Blue mage time. But that is a discussion for another time. We're here. A good thing for these Ronick, because they're getting tired. It's a long way, and running seems like tiring work for these things. No sooner did we dismount than the next passengers are already on their way. They really are short on Ronick. Me when riding. I'm also short on Ronick. Now then. This is Sheshenawezi Springs, perhaps the busiest town here in Shaaloani. People travel here from all over, hoping to find their fortune. The change come to Usatawi was surprising enough, but this is no less impressive. They've achieved a great deal in the 3 years I've been away. The station is on the eastern side of town, but there should still be time before the next train departs. If you don't mind, I'd like to pay a visit to an old friend of my mentor. Iyate is her name, and if she learned that I passed through without saying a word, she'd never let me hear the end of it. She set out from our village about 10 years ago, hoping to earn coin as she traveled about Tural. I can but assume she too came here seeking greater opportunities. In any case, let us see if we can find her. Her blue hair should make her easy to spot. Blue-haired Chitona. Oh, you look cool as hell. Yes, I'm Iyate. Who might you be? She looks awesome. That, like, the checkered serape, she's got the kokichi thing going. Okay. That little, like, birthmark. She is my friend. Could it be? Goodness, it is. No, I guess she has like an accent like his, right? Could it be? Goodness, it is. I don't know. Elaine. Erenville, yes. Elaine. A man grown. You were such a darling little thing as a child. I'm just gonna go with this until she tells me otherwise. You know, it's only been 3 years since last we spoke, and already your accent has gotten weird and cartoonish. Really? Only 3? I suppose it all starts to get hazy after a while, living as long as we do. I can't say enough about her character design. Like, the costuming for her is just amazing. Well, this is Iyate. She's known my mentor since they were children. Nice to meet you. I think the accent is like, who was that character from Final Fantasy IX that was like you met her early and she was kind of like the saloon keeper back in the city. What was her name? Never thought I'd see the day when you travel with company. You really have grown. Eleneshpia? Why are you embarrassed about that name? Or not embarrassed, but why did you choose to not take it? Is that what they call you here? Yeah, I'm not going to pretend it's like hard to pronounce. I mean, it is for me, but that's not his problem. All right. I was born Eleneshpia. I adopted a new name when I became a gleaner, one that adheres to Eastern Viera conventions, so as to avoid drawing attention. Given that this is a homecoming, it was only a matter of time before you found out. Nevertheless, I would appreciate it if you would continue using my chosen name. Yeah, easy enough. No problem at all. A homecoming? You know, I've been thinking of paying the old stamping grounds a visit myself. It would be good to see Kashua again. Again, we'll go with that until we hear otherwise, or until you let me know otherwise. You in the comments. She's the finest archer I know. Elena Spia's mother and mentor. Every time I drop... Oh, mother and mentor. Every time I drop by, she'd treat us to a veritable feast paired with game she'd hunted herself. You're impressive with the bow too, Yate. Even among the Shitona. Wasn't there an archer with a name like that back in Final Fantasy IV the After Years? No, I'm thinking Izayoi. No, not nowhere remotely the same. Oh, I couldn't compare to Kashua, but her skill at arms pales in comparison to her knowledge of nature. That's what earned her a place among Galul Jaja's traveling companions, after all. So maybe she's gonna have... I mean, that certainly explains where he got some of his beast knowledge and beast lore. Wait, what did she say about Galul Jaja's traveling companions? She was part of that retinue? Interesting. She always was the inquisitive sort, but her journey across Tural lit a fire in her. Even after Elena Spia was born, she often left him in my care so that she could embark on another expedition in search of the unknown. How you'd cry and beg to take her to take you along? Must have been hard on you. Yate, please. You're your kid, it's fine. Well, we're all friends here, ain't we? Yeah, we are. I think. I don't like you calling him by a name other than his given one, but I'm not going to hold that against you. I don't think it's too bad. It's not super polite, but it's, I don't know how strong a stance he's taking against it here. No matter how many times he asked, the answer was always the same. You can come when you prove you're a true explorer. Thus did she task me with finding the Golden City. Despite my best efforts, all paths led nowhere. I assumed it was but a dreamer's ploy, a ploy to goad me into experiencing the wider world. I mean, it could have been, but probably not. Like, it could have been just a ploy, but it turned out to be real, but my guess is that she probably meant it for serious. But it was real, and we found it. And that was the last question I asked about it. We saw it briefly, and it was the coolest thing, and we just, You found it? I was part of the rite of succession. I assumed everyone had heard. That's amazing! Oh, she'll be thrilled! And eager to bombard me with questions, no doubt, which I will not be able to answer because I didn't look beyond the first few steps into the place. Let me know if I'm wildly off track here. If they've clearly addressed that, like they're going to send an expedition to there to explore it further because it's too cool. If they've said stuff like that, please, or if they've said like, we're on our way there and I just forgot about it, please let me, because I feel like this is, it's so major. It's such a strange choice that I feel like I must be missing something. Well, we should be on our way. Thanks so much for dropping by. Give my best to Kashua. Help, I need help. Wonder when we'll see Kashua. Because we have to see her. What's that about? We will investigate. Please wait here. Right, we'll sprint down over here. Ooh, what are you? Cerulean. Oh, you're like a fire elemental type? Yeah, okay. Like a cerulean elemental type, I guess. Sorry, cat fur flying every which way around me. No doubt these are the infamous local bandits. Please, you have to help. I've been robbed. It's Namika, Wuklamat's nursemaid. Aaronville, Nkukushu. Hetsuro bandit. Come any closer, we'll slit her throat from ear to ear. Really? That's the target you're going with? If you so much as nick her skin, you won't live to regret it. Oh, yeah? Hold on. Tonawautan Bandit. Did he say this is Wuklamat's nursemaid? Maybe this ain't such a good idea. You should be promoted to the gang vice president or treasurer or something. Take the goods to the boss. We'll deal with this. Please, you have to give it back. The boss. Is the boss going to be the deputy? I don't know. I'm going after Namika. This lot I leave to you. I got your back. And I got their fronts. Cocky bastard! I'll hang him by the ears and feed the old woman to the dogs. Wait. I thought you were just... No, never mind. You're demoted. You are no longer the treasurer of the group. We can deal with them later. First, we need to put this one in the dirt. She can't have killed that many gods. Let's take her out. Let's see if I remember anything about playing this video game. I mean, enough to beat these three at least. Ugh, we're dead if the boss finds out. Yeah, that wasn't the greatest, smartest move you could have done right there. The Yoweha Huito Cemetery. Huh. Okay. You got her. Nice job, Baronville. Thank you. I don't know what we could have done without you. The bandits managed to get away, but I have an idea where they're headed. You said they stole something from you? Huh. A bracelet. It was a parting gift from Wuklamat. Is it like... The other thing is the gang leader could essentially be Zoralja, using that as some, like, a part of a spell or ritual needed for his Golden City shenanigans. I see. Close as you two were, I can only imagine how much it meant to you. But what brings you all this way? With the right of succession ended and Wuklamat crowned the next Dawn servant, she is ready to stand on her own. I told her as much and of my plans to return home to Shaaloani. She gave me the bracelet that I might always remember our time together. Okay, so this seems more like just he happened to steal something that was valuable. I don't know that this is like a ritual component. It filled me with such joy. I wanted everyone to know, everyone to see this wonderful... Oh, the vow! I forgot the... I was saying before is vow like a president-elect. It's the vow of resolve and vow of reason. My bad. I totally forgot that. Given to me by the vow of resolved, and now it's gone. I would have let them take every coin to my name if only they had left me that bracelet. I would ask what you intend to do, but I know that look. I'll knock them senseless. It's what Wuklamat would want. We'll honor Wuklamat by causing violence. Please, you mustn't put yourself into harm's way for my sake. Believe me, I'm not in harm's way by doing this. This is a total side quest. Probably. I mean, for all I know, they could be leading me into a trap that is caused by the god of the apocalypse, but I can assure you no harm will come to us. Kakusha will make certain of that. I understand your methods can be brutal, but it would be wise to show some restraint, lest you find yourself on the wrong side of the law. Perhaps I should come as well, to make sure that all proceeds as it should. You don't have to Kim Kitsuragi me. Like, I am not gonna just go off and, you know, pull the gun on Kuno. Like, I'm just gonna... I'll show restraint. I don't know what to say. I can see why Wuklamat put so much faith in you both. Before anything, let's see her back to Shishinawezi Springs. She'll be safer in town, and with Ayate there to keep an eye on her, we should have nothing to worry about. Thank you, both of you. You are welcome. Now let's punch people in your honor. Looks like the grave digger will have to dig up one more when I'm through with this job here. Erenville told me what happened. You needn't worry about Namika. Those bandits find us, I'll kick up a fuss and see them driven off. That bracelet meant everything to her, and if those bastards wouldn't care even if they knew, makes me sick. But at least she's safe, and I know you'll set things right. I will set things right, or I will certainly try. Braced for trouble. These are some delicious looking... I was gonna say these are some delicious looking rewards, but then I came to fruit and aloe jelly. This gelatinous dessert is flavored with the mouth-watering sour kick of branch bearer fruits. I guess. I mean, is aloe... I've heard of aloe as... I've used aloe as like an ointment. I've never heard of it being a part of a food. Erenville's composed demeanor belies his eagerness to help Namika. Alright, let's go and recover that bracelet. While I have nothing but contempt for these bandits, as this involves a gift from Muklamat, we must be mindful of how our actions might reflect upon her. That's another... I wasn't even thinking of that. I doubt Namika would find joy in the return of said gift, if it were doused in the blood of her enemies. If it comes to violence, I ask that you stop short of killing them. Then the rest we can leave to the Dust Watch. Yes, I will turn on non-lethal combat for this. Well now, that makes me think you're strong. Really strong, are you? I may have saved the star on one occasion. Do I do that, or do I humble? Or do I do the... You know what? Let's pull the Estinian thing of just growling. No, we're going to say I may have saved the star on one occasion. You saved the star? That's a bold claim to make, but if true, that certainly speaks to your strength. I feel like if I had saved the star, if I'd done, like, there was a line from Buffy when someone asked her what her... like how much she'd done, and she asked like what's the plural of apocalypse, and I feel like that makes you scarier. Like that makes it makes you unapproachably scary. Like it doesn't make you like, wow, that's neat, thanks for nice to meet you. Like it means like, that's really cool, I'm gonna go to the other side of town and hopefully never see you again. If your curiosity has been sated, then please indulge mine. Is there anything you can tell us about these bandits? Let's see. Well, of late, there's been talk about some unsavory types coming and going from Tona Tenyawi to the southwest. Is that the old mining town that was abandoned? That's the one. Now that ceruleum extraction is big business, no one wants to waste their time picking up at the dried up veins there. Sounds like a perfect lair for bandits, not to mention that the one with the bracelet fled in that direction. So you'll be investigating the place? I can let the Dust Watch know if you like. If you like. No, not yet. It would be best if we went alone. Why? Why not let the Dust Watch know? Do you suspect the deputy as much as I do? There's something I'd like to ascertain. If you've no objections, okay, I think you do suspect the deputy. Right then, let's be off. Quest how would it be? Quest accepted. No, that doesn't work. Seems the bandits have claimed this place for themselves. Another of those checkered neckerchiefs. Hopefully it's not a gang thing, which would implicate Iati, or whatever her name was. They've made no attempt to conceal their presence. How can the Dustwatch not have noticed by now? I really don't think it's the Iati thing. Question for another time. First, we must find the bracelet. I don't see the bandit who had it. Perhaps they're in one of the buildings. Ramshackle as they are, it should prove a simple thing to eavesdrop on anyone inside. If you would go and have a look about, I'll keep watch for trouble. Bandits won't notice you here. You can safely eavesdrop on anyone inside. So this is the first location. You should probably try to take better cover than that, Kakushu. There we go. As you lean in to listen, you begin to pick out voices in the muffled chatter. Brash bandit. Don't know where we'd be without him. Probably shoveling sand, praying we'd strike it rich. Ratty bandit. Ain't that the truth? Only an idiot would work the mines with easier money to be had. Not when we got a boss who can keep the Dustwatch off our backs. Ha! Hey, watch what you say. The wind's got a way of carrying secrets to the wrong ears. Especially ones as large as these. Maybe so, but who'd ever believe one of them sainted souls was running our crew? That drunk who bought your story about the gold-shitting alpaca, am I right? Ha 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 ha! Again, weird to see cursing in this game like the word shitting. Not shite. Shite I've seen. Shit is different. It's like the double T adds extra power. Second eavesdropping spot. Familiar voice rings out. Zekwa. Let me out of here, you bastard! Nettled bandit, shut your mouth, you sniveling little brat. Make me, I'll get you all back for framing my friends. The vulture, most of all, you can tell him he can eat shit again. I'm not a prude, it's just weird. Yeah. How about we give you the chance to tell him yourself? We'll see how tough you are then. The vulture's gotta be the deputy, right? Daybreakers sword slinger. So the gang is the Daybreakers? It's a pretty cool name. Hey, Ernville. As you lean in to listen, you hear someone entering the room on the other side. Craven Bandit, I have brought back a prize you're gonna love, boss. Have a look at this bracelet. Beautiful, ain't it? Bet it was made by a famous artisan. You idiot! How are we supposed to move something like this without attracting attention? The Ruthless Ringleader. Is the Ruthless Ringleader the Vulture? Probably. Boss, but please, I'm sorry. Reckon we could find a sailor who won't ask questions, sell it for a song. Here, your reward. Don't bring me this kind of grief again. I won't, boss, thank you. Finished, are you? Let's retreat for now. Alright, do let's, Ernville. So, were you able to learn anything? Their leader is a man of the Dustwatch, you say? That would explain why these bandits have been able to do as they please. And you say they gave the bracelet to him? It seems we have our work cut out for us. Did you hear anything else of note? Also, I mean, just the fact that they're not showing you the leader makes me assume that it's the guy we saw, the deputy. Zekua, the boy who confronted one of the officers in town, isn't it? And you say they threatened him to speak with the vulture, their leader's alias, no doubt. Fitting for a man who preys on the helpless. It is. That's kind of a weak sauce nickname. Like it can be a little bit badass, but it implies you're picking at the bones of something. I mean, there's the Marvel one, which in the movies, I mean, that made sense. He was picking at the bones of the invasion, but he doesn't. It's not one that inspires. They are pretty gross. Anyway. Well then, not only do we have a better idea of who's behind the recent rash of robberies in Husatawi, but we also know he has the bracelet. Yeah, so you're just going straight there. Retrieving it without bloodshed will prove difficult, though, if he's that quick to point a gun at his own underlings. We need to get him alone, or I'll storm their hideout. I can take them. No, you know what? We're gonna... Because we're representing Wuklomat here. Whether we're official or no. And we are kind of official. So we need to get him alone. You're right. If we confront him with his henchmen around, a violent outcome is all but guaranteed. I might have a plan. There's a small settlement to the southwest of here. Luatenin Yawausa. Luatenin Yawausa. Luatenin Yawausa. Meet me there and I'll explain everything. Okay. We could just go together and you could tell me on the way, but maybe you have to get stuff ready. If we're to retrieve the bracelet without conflict, well, it won't be done barging through the front door. We'll have to lure him out. To do that, we'll avail ourselves of Yeheheseya, dragon-like creatures that live to the south of here. Dragon-like creatures like drakes or salamanders? It's their breeding season, you see, and the males will flock to the scent of a female in heat. With a few ingredients and a sample of their feces, pigeon hair can be an attractive target. I can create an attractant that resembles this scent when burned. We can then lure the Yeheheseya into the bandits' hideout, flushing out the vulture and his gang. Then, while they contend with our flying friends, we can sneak in and search for the bracelet. I'm guessing, by the way, that... No. I was going to say... This has all often been Central and South American takes. So maybe this is... I don't know how much... I guess Mexico probably has a similar, like, Western style of stuff going on, but... I don't know. I was assuming that this is meant to resemble, like, California, Arizona, but let me know if this is meant to resemble some place in Central America, say. I'm afraid you must collect the excrement. While you see to that, I will go and procure the remaining ingredients. Alright, let's go get some poop. Before you say anything, I do not ask this because of any aversion to feces. It would be simply easier for me to find the specific species of wild plants that we require. I believe you. I don't think you're trying to pawn the crappy jobs off on me. I wasn't expecting pterodactyls. I don't know what I was expecting. I know I do. I was expecting like salamanders or pastes or something. I was not expecting pterodactyls. Weather-worn nest. Yeah, they're just straight up pterodactyls or something like that. I know there's different pteranodons, or I don't know. I know there's flavors of them, but that looks like a pterodactyl. No sign of droppings. Now that's promising. We got a foul-smelling nest. Screw the bone-laden nest. Oh, we also got an attacker. Excuse my bonk. Oh, right! I got a new, you gingerly scoop the feces. Look at that! Instead, it's not just a Moogle thing. Now it's like a paw. What does this mean now? Clawed Muse. Unaspected damage to a target, depiction of claw. So it's just a straight up upgrade over the Moogle thing, right? Is that my understanding? Like, let me try this. I think so. Maw motif. Mog of the Ages. Yeah, so I think that was a cool Mog. Was that, it had like bumps on its head or something? It came very quickly. I'll keep an eye on it in the future. But yeah, looks like a neat little Pictomancer upgrade. Oh, we got a Triceratops over there. We're straight up land of the dinosaurs now, friends. And by Triceratops, I mean Lunyuhi Shahe. Lunyuhi Shahe. Leavings filled sack. Small hemp sack filled to full to bursting with leavings. Though you pray to the 12, it doesn't actually burst. That I have that feeling whenever I bring the cat litter bag, like the garbage bag with cat litter, toward the outside garbage. Excellent. This will do nicely. All that's left is to mix the feces with tumbleclaw fibers, dried nopalotender root, and a generous helping of animal fat. Come, back to Tonatenyawi. Everything is ready. Time to set our plan into motion. The problem is, I don't have much more time at the moment, and I don't love doing longer sessions split over multiple sessions. I've tried it earlier, but it makes me procrastinate more, and I want to just put these out here. So I'm going to call this here. Next time we will actually go ahead and go through with whatever mission this is, and hopefully catch the deputy. But that's it for now. Thank you for watching. Enjoy my Chocobo's butt, and yeah, I'll see you all next time. Leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and we'll fight the deputy next time, hopefully. Bye-bye.